Assalamualaikum and good morning to my lecturer, Dr. Kardina, my fellow friends and everyone who watched this video. My name is Fadila and today I am going to share with you the challenges of human resources development. So, first of all, what is human resources development or commonly known as HRD? It is a series of organized activities conducted within a specialized time and designed to produce behavioral changes. Khan states that human resources development is the cross of increasing knowledge, capabilities, and positive work attitude of all people working at all levels in a business undertaking. There are many challenges which organizations are facing in a new century unfolds before us. According to Michael Heath and his colleagues, they have identified increasing globalizations and the technological revolution as two primary factors that make for a new competitive landscape. As for the present challenges currently facing by HRD are the changing workforce demographics, competing in global economy, and eliminating skills gap. So, the first challenges currently facing by HRD are the changing workforce demographic. Around the world, demographic changes have already had a major impact on HR departments. The labor forces have become increasingly diverse, and this has forced organizations to make considerable changes to the way in which they approach people management because it is very much required to cope with the dynamics of the world. If we consider some more years, there may soon be no such thing as the average worker, and workplace could become so hugely diverse in terms of gender, age, and culture that the strategies used by the HR departments of today may in time become completely redundant. So, these trends, which were changing so fast, have several implications for HRD professionals. First, the organizations need to address racial and ethnic prejudice that may persist, as well as cultural insensitivity and language differences. Second, organizations should continue to provide developmental opportunities that will prepare women for advancement into senior ranks and provide safeguards against sexual harassment with the increasing numbers of women in the workforce. And third, the aging of the workforce highlights the importance of creating HRD programs. These programs recognize and address the learning-related needs of older workers. So, second challenges facing by HRD is competing in global economy. If we look at the US companies, they prepare to compete in a global economy. Many are introducing new technologies that require more educated and trained workers. In fact, at present in the United States, over one half of all jobs require education beyond high schools. Thus, in order to be successful, the organizations must hire employees with the knowledge to compete in an increasingly sophisticated market. For competing in the global economy, it will require more than educating and training workers to meet new challenges. In addition to retraining the workforce, successful companies will institute quality improvement processes and introduce change efforts. The workforce must learn to be culturally sensitive. The purpose is to communicate and conduct business among different cultures and in other countries. The developing managers to be global leaders have been identified as a major challenge for organizations in this decade. So, the third challenges facing by HRD is eliminating skills gap. We have already discussed that for companies to compete successfully in a global economy, they must hire educated workers. If we consider the statistic, almost 30% of today's high school students fail to graduate, and employers must confront the fact that many young adults entering the workforce are unable to meet current job requirements. So, these skills gap possess serious consequences for companies. And for example, how can trainees learn how to operate new equipment if they cannot read and comprehend operating manuals? Furthermore, for new employees to manipulate computer control machines, they have to understand basic maths. The business community has a vested interest in education reform, and there are some encouraging signs, however. So, in order to bridge the skills gap, the other industrialized nations have made systematic changes. For example, Japan and Germany, two of the United States' biggest competitors, have educational systems that do a better job of teaching students basic skills. These are needed by most employers and, among other things, Germany emphasized vocational education and school to work transition programs so that school-aged children can begin apprenticeship programs as part of their formal education. So, what do you see in this picture? On your right side and on your left side. As one of employee, which one do you prefer? Which place do you prefer to work? In office or outside? Nowadays, as we can see, most of employees they don't want to work on the left side, which is in office, facing laptop or PCs for 8 hours per day or maybe more than that. They much prefer to work outside of the office. So now, what do you see in this picture? It is a group of employees or team members working together, brainstorming idea to have their work done. Rather than working alone, they prefer to do brainstorming with their friends, with their team members, with their other employees to get new ideas, to get uh, brilliant ideas from other members. So that's all for my sharing video about challenges on human resources development. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you will get a new knowledge and new ideas about challenges on human resources development. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Thank you.